the party has just returned, and they're in the Rusty Dragon. There was a conversation to be had that Nexen alluded to about a fortune teller, and there was a fight that almost broke out because of Collodi, and coming in from the out, Ranne and Kasaundra seeing the fight being broken up very quickly by Amico. Now Amico standing there looking dour at Collodi for kind of picking a fight, and she started to admonish Collodi, saying like, what were you doing? You know, we don't start fights here. But Bethan came and saved the day by ringing the food bell, and food is now being served to everyone. The evening goes by without a hiccup. The people starting to fight really, because of the food being served, calm down. There's no any more animosity. They were friends to begin with. Cass was able to smooth things over. Collodi did find an extra few coins. I'm not sure if he told anyone about the coins. Yeah. We're just gonna scratch our head and make believe it's not there. And those that's where we pick up. You know, the night is getting long, and obviously through a very long day. Ranne has, I believe, tomorrow needs to head over to drop off a few flowers to a wedding. I believe at same point Hannah did say she would have something special for Kasaundra also, from her bouquets and flowers at her tavern, her shop, a little shop, and the little puppy that's now part of that family. Dawn or Nexen has, it's okay. Nexen, you still need to pick up your wolf, your boar pelt that you've been holding. It's been a long 2 days, but the pelt is definitely ready on the morrow. Malvolo kind of hanging out. Did Nexen tell Malvolo what Krut told her?
Not yet.
So we pick up in the evening. That's up, you know. How does everyone feel? Where is everyone doing? It's late in the evening. Food is good.
No, you go.
Food is good, but the company of alcohol is better for Krut as he's just drinking away.
Malvolo is definitely not enjoying this whole heroes of Sandpoint thing. As someone who generally doesn't like people touching him or shaking his hands or congratulating him on things, he tries to either kind of push himself to like the edge of the bar, you know where there's that seat that there's only one person that could possibly sit next to him, and he always makes sure that that person happens to be Collodi. He just, kind of like quietly, sort of enjoys his meal, because he knows if he tries to leave, chances are he'll have a knock on his door and he'll be dragged back here anyway. So, kind of for his own sake, he's kind of like, no, better to stay here than do anything else. Meanwhile, Collodi, having dodged the ire of Amico, is making quick friends with pretty much anyone who would talk to him.
So Collodi has picked back up with the people he did frame at that point, and they're still playing cards and enjoying the evening. But a few of them are leaving. They are noticing that the bar is clearing itself out, the tavern. A few people have headed upstairs already to go to bed, so the candles are burning low. Bethana, being older, giving out many long yawns.
Rain, seeing things starting to wind down, just as a bit of a natural instinct, even though she doesn't work there, starts helping to pick up cups and plates and reorganizing, making sure each chair is properly aligned.
I'm not gonna stop her doing that, and I'm just gonna say thank you so much, and I'm gonna continue sitting if Raiden's doing my situation.
Well,
but
we could do.
but like if she comes near, if she's doing stuff near me, I'll help with the stuff near me. But if she's over there on the bar, moving chairs, picking up, I'm gonna leave it.
Put your feet up. You've been working all day. I can help out with these little things. Trust me, this is a perfect way for me to unwind each day. I used to do this all the time growing up. And she'll just go and gather each of the plates. You sit. And she keeps insisting.
And I'll do one of those. Oh no, okay. Oh no, yes. I am gonna also at some point say to Rain, do you think we could get the others to come to the wedding with us? Because, and then I'm gonna look at Malvolo, who looks the saddest, and I'm gonna say, he needs a break. I think everyone needs a break.
You're right. Yeah, a little joy, a little sweetness, and romance. Oh, how it hits everyone's heart. I think that'll be a perfect idea. We need to make sure everyone's ready for that. I guess we haven't told anyone that we were going, did we? Oh goodness, I forgot. That completely slipped my mind. I'm so sorry.
No, with the fight that was almost breaking out, I think we all got a bit distracted.
Right.
Let's see if we can get them invited.
We have to. Oh, but she's gonna lean forward. We have to make sure that Malvolo doesn't say no. Because, the whole social space and, we just have to reassure him that it's really going to be a fun thing.
I think one of the ways to do it is maybe not to mention fun so much as leaving town.
That it's a job.
Maybe.
We're delivering flowers. We just happen to be there.
At a wedding. And maybe it's a small wedding. Maybe there's only 20 people.
Yeah, yes, we'll downplay it. And then whatever happens when we're there, we'll figure that out. I'm sure he'll be fine with on-the-spot surprises.
It'll be too late unless he wants to come home alone.
Exactly. Once he's there, he can't leave, at least not without us. The trip would be too far. And she's gonna now sit over next to Malvolo. So, what are you doing tomorrow? And she's gonna look over at Cass like,
Malvolo sort of looks at Rain, and then as he's about to answer, then realizes Cass is next to him, realizes Collodi's gone somewhere, and he's like, oh no, I'm doing my hair.
Don't worry. Let me guess. You're free, right? Because I have a wonderful idea for tomorrow. It's a simple little thing, just a simple thing, but I could use a little bit of help, right, Cass?
Yes, and you are the perfect person to help us guide the expedition.
Yes. You see, we have to travel over to a little spot to an event of a friend of ours.
A very small event.
Yes, a very small event, and we just have to deliver some flowers, and we thought, it'd be great to have everyone on board, and that you would be great to make sure that we get over there.
Well, it is easy for Krut to get distracted, and, well, I guess getting out of town I could definitely use the fresh air. Fine, I will accompany, on one condition, and that is that we are going to help a friend and not get lost in the woods, not go chasing goblin footprints and climbing large mountains or I think I've had it up to here with goblins. If I see another goblin, it's going to put me off food for a week.
I mean, that's super ominous.
Look, it ate a person's face. He sort of realizes he's still in the tavern, and it ate a person's face. There was a dead man with no face. Well, an injured man with no face. Do you know, look, I'm not a doctor, okay? I am a puppeteer. I make toys for children. I just happen to know medicine, okay? And I had to stitch most of his face back on. Do you know what that does to a person?
Clearly? And then I'm going to sort of gesture at Malvolo and lean behind him and look at Ranne and be like, what? This escalated real quick.
It's fine. I just can't eat meat right now. I'm happy to go on this journey away from town in the open space, preferably goblin free. And yes, I will do this tomorrow with you.
Good. We should ask the others.
Malvolo scoops up more of his oatmeal that he's eating for dinner for whatever reason. As he sort of puts it in his face, he sort of says, and for what it's worth, and I know I would never really say this under normal circumstances, but I am grateful that I was not cast here or ended up here in Sandpoint without friends. Things would be a little bit more stressful, and I am happy to not be at home stewing. So thank you for the chaos that is now my life.
You're welcome. I think Kaz is going to wander off and be like, that was a win.
So at this point, many people are at the tavern's emptying out. You could really tell that a lot of people, the tavern has really emptied out, and it's just Amico, Bethan, and the rest of the party. Those of you who wish to head back to your normal homes to relax, take the night, this is where Amico's kind of like doing the good hostess, where she's like, oh, is it that time already? She's like putting out lights, and she's like, oh, I got a creak in my back. Oh, I think I might just take a hot bath. But everyone, please stay, please, by all means. I wouldn't want to kick anyone out. But it is late in the evening, and maybe we should all hit the hay. And then with that, she's like looking at the rest of the party, and she's making eye contact with Kasaundra. She's like,
Yes.
Yeah, Kassandra's just going to go, full tilt and be like, yes, we all have a wedding to go to tomorrow. And
What?
Oh, we do?
We do, so we should get to bed early.
I have to get my outfit figured out.
Oh, it's very low key. Don't worry about it. We'll just show up, very relaxed. We don't have to do anything fancy.
But you can't show up to a wedding without a flower crown.
You can't? Oh, I've made a mistake many times then. Oh no.
Oh well, I mean, it might just be a gnome tradition there, but.
Oh, okay. Well, no. I've got plenty of flowers. I picked some extra, so tomorrow on our way over there, you can make us some lovely crowns.
Oh, that will be very fun.
and then I'm gonna look and I'm gonna be like, whisper to Nexen, please make one for Krut.
Oh well, we all have to have flower crowns. It's gender neutral tradition.
And then Cassandra's like internally, yes. And she's just so excited to see Krut in a flower crown, and she wants it to have like the biggest flowers in her mind. She's ready.
Leafy greens hanging down too. Just so when he walks, it just.
When with the Krut strut, it just goes in the as he's running everywhere.
Speaking of Krut, he will grab a bottle of wine and then he will just like walk to bed. Good night, guys.
Krut struts away.
Good night, Krut.
Malvolo will head out. Collodi will follow in suit. Collodi will like let loose this kind of tired yawn, as the two of them will say, "Well, we'll see you tomorrow." Yeah, I'll make sure I get up, dressed up, all good and nice for you guys. Gotta make sure that we look all smick and smick for the wedding. Hey, Nexen, you got a thing in like a size? I don't know what size I am.
Oh yeah, I can pull something from the theater.
Oh, you're a doll. And he'll go out and he's, I'm so excited. I've never been to a wedding before. Yes, that's because you were made last year. We don't know anyone who's gotten married. Yeah, but that's not an excuse. You should get married. I'm not getting married. Who would I get married to? Well, Kasaundra, and she's a pretty looking lady. You watch as he removes Collodi's jaw and just starts moving a little bit more hastily away from the tavern.
As those of you who exit the tavern and start to head home, it's become more of a tradition to walk together, not out of safety, but more or less from just being friends and also having that natural bond with each other. You're walking down the road, the cool night air, and as you're passing, strangely, a light appears in the distance, coming closer and closer to you, but it's someone's holding a lantern, and they pass you as you're going away from them, and what you notice are two very large gentlemen and a short Tianese man, and they head over into the Rusty Dragon. Well, they're heading towards the Rusty Dragon, and as you see one of the larger man, the one holding the lantern, kind of pushes his way into the Rusty Dragon. Cass, you're kind of cleaning up at this point. Miko's getting ready, Badana's getting ready. Everyone's, settled up. Rain did a really great job putting everything away. And in strolls two very large men. They look like hard workers. Maybe they might have been dock hands at one point. One sets down a lantern on the table, and then they kind of part, and this very short, old Tianese man steps forward in very regal purple clothing, and Miko perks up, her eyes just go up, and he comes in, his cane tapping on the hardwood floor. He steps in and he looks around, making sure no one else is there except the hired help. Miko, it is time for you to come home. You have dishonored your family by being here. And Miko, taken back, goes, what? You can't come in here and make those demands. You need to leave. You know the agreement we had. No, Miko. It is time to come back to the Glassworks factory. It is time for you to take up your place by my side. Your sister has left, and it is for you to run the Glassworks. This gallivanting is no more. And Miko, stunned, steps forward, and at this point is now visibly upset, and her hands are kind of shaking. And she looks around and she goes, no, this is my life. I came here to help after Mom's death, and you pushed me away. I can't. I'm not doing this anymore with you. And the old man steps forward, leaning heavily on his cane, and Miko stands about a head taller than this gentleman. And Cass, this is Longiku. Just from being in the town, you have already you know that the town influencers, and Longiku runs the Glassworks factory. He is a very well-known man. What you didn't know, and what is clearly apparent, is this is Miko's father. and they are now having a fight about something that happened many years ago. So Anjiku steps forward and he looks at her, peeking up, craning his back forward, trying to take a more pronounced posture. Daughter, you have dishonored us. I cannot take this any further. Come to the Glassworks. Close up this shop. You're just as bad as that bastard Sandru Visky. And then he turns and he whips his cane around and he knocks some plates off of a table and he points at Cass and Bethana and he goes, these two, they are the ones that ruin everything. They took you away from the family business. And she's stunned, and even by the name Sandru, she like almost butts chest with Lanjiku, and she comes up, she goes, how dare you bring his name? These are my friends. They didn't take me away from anything. I left because of your attitude. The way you handled everything is just disgusting. I will never be a part of that life. And the two larger gentlemen start to push forward, kind of like, you know, coming around the wings. Nexen, you can hear sounds. You're not too far from the tavern, the Rusty Dragon, and you can hear now voices yelling when the tavern was closing. I like how Kasaundra is just hard sweeping, just sitting there, just nope, not my problem, not my place.
When the dishes fall, I would go there, but I'm keeping an eye on the two big guys. But I was doing that sweeping of like, I'm totally not listening while I'm sweeping.
Knowing that Cassandra is still in there, I'm going to cast message and just say to Cassandra, be like, everything all right in there? Do you need some backup?
Do I need to be able to cast message to reply?
No, you can give a brief response.
Okay. I'm gonna reply. Not sure. It's crazy. Maybe? And I'm gonna send that. Maybe? When I see the two guys flanking.
I'll just say to the group, you know, I think maybe we forgot something in the inn and we should head back in and check on things. I'm just gonna turn around and start scurrying towards the inn.
Power walking. So Malvolo, Ranne, Collodi, you now see Nexen kind of like hustling back to the Rusty Dragon. Following her, you get to the door and you hear this commotion going on. You hear the clatter of plates onto the floor. And we need to quickly go to a BRB screen. We're having some technical issues. In the background, what you didn't see is a bunch of pugwampies are now eating Eddie's wiring. So we have to get rid of those. If you don't know, pugwampies are just gremlins. They're just nasty little gremlins. So stick around for like 5 minutes. We're just going to take care of this real quick and we'll be right back. Thank you so much. I apologize. Thank you so much. Sorry about that, everyone. Those damn pugwampies, just you can't stop them. But we want to still entertain our loyal friends and viewers. So, how's everyone liking this so far? We're trying something interesting that hasn't really come up yet, but is going to start to come up with our players. So it's secret, super secret.
Well, I mean, we're right at the start of like a really big adventure. So you know, this is kind of like that period of time where everyone's kind of settling into the different characters and different roles. You know, there's just so many different things that go into an adventure like this, especially a pre-written one that is as old as Rise of the Runelords. So what I think we'll do while we're just kind of, you know, waiting for some of the tech issues to be ironed out is I want to invite the audience to ask any questions that they have of the various cast members, their characters, the adventures, their thoughts. And I would like for us to just kind of maybe talk a little bit about what it is we're doing and why we did it. Because, you know, the Rise of the Runelords is a tried and tested adventure. Pathfinder is a system that's been around for a while. But what made us turn around and decide Pathfinder 2nd Edition, Rise of the Runelords, let's get these specific people together and have a go at it. So, Jared, let's start with you. What inspired you to start with to start this whole thing? You know, Pathfinder, Rise of the Runelords.
Well, I love it. It's a great way to get new players, and I know like Dawn and Carla and Becca and everyone here, except I think Michael, is very new to Pathfinder 2nd Edition. So Rise of the Lords is my favorite one. I think I've run it like a bajillion times, and me and Michael have talked about this, and it's really fun because you as the campaign goes, you start to fight through the monster bestiary. And you get to see all these really cool monsters that you normally wouldn't in like campaigns where it's centered on like, oh, this is just jungle. So you're just dealing with like dinosaurs and maybe giant reptiles. But in this, you get like a little bit of everything as you go.
Sorry
so
about
that
that. I think I'm good now.
Yay!
Okay, good.
Maybe.
Michael,
Oh, sorry.
I think you're muted.
Yeah, sorry, that was me muted. No. So there we go. I was like, oh my god, I started something else. No, I was gonna say
I lost sound again.
Cool. We will go of course back to our to the game. But just beforehand, I want to kind of wrap up that Pathfinder is such an amazing game, and while you know Rise of the Runelords is great for new players, I'm gonna say this, and it's gonna come from like a very special place in my heart. Pathfinder is, in my mind at least, one of the quintessential games for character building and personalization. You can make and create so many unique characters in this game system that for me, Becca, Dawn, Carla, Eddie, these guys are some of the best character role players I've seen on a number of different channels, on a number of different games. For me, this game is so exciting because I get to play in one of the most character-driven role-playing games that I've played in with some of the most character-driven role players that I have encountered online. So that's what drove me to playing this and doing this as a whole thing. But that's it. That's all I have to say. We're gonna go play a game now because we're not gonna focus on emotions and stuff. Go, cut to screen, Eddie. Cut to screen.
Do it. So just a quick, how much did you get, Becca? Just so I can understand where. None of it. Just a hard no.
Just a hard no. All right.
Just not enough to piece together a story in my brain.
All right. Oh, I have what we call a Michael moment. Do you want me to do a Michael moment? All right, here's a Michael moment. Our group found themselves leaving the Rusty Dragon Inn, closely following a small encounter in which the group had managed to speak with Amiko, learning, of course, that she had been grateful for the presence of one Kasaundra, who is currently Nexen. Eddie. One Cassandra for her aid and her abilities to be able to support the Rusty Dragon in all of its endeavors, as well as her friends whose constant patronage allow it to not only keep afloat, but keep a good clientele abreast in this beautiful establishment. That is, of course, when everyone was turning in for the night, a very unseemly figure cut through the evening air, arriving at the Rusty Dragon Inn accompanied by two thuggish-looking individuals. This figure is none other than Longiku Kaijutsu, the father of Amiko, accompanied by two thugs recognized from earlier on in the adventure as the weightlifters who had challenged Krut to a lifting of rock contest. Now, this individual came in with hostile intent, demanding that Amiko abandon this nonsense of having a business of her own and joining him as a heir apparent to the glassworks in Sandpoint. Amiko pretty much told him where to stick it, but this has not quelled the very angry Longiku as he has smashed a plate and claimed dishonor on poor Amiko. And now we have heard this commotion, those of us who have left the tavern, just as Longiku casts blame and a poignant finger at Kasaundra, saying, "This is all your fault! You have insulted and besmirched my honor and turned my daughter away from sensible things like running glassware warehouses." And Nexen has turned back and gone to go and see to the nonsense. Ranne, me, and Krut are outside, deciding if we wish to follow in suit, and that is where we are.
Yes.
As an aside, if it's the bodybuilders that are his gods, I'm less scared.
Yeah.
And less worried.
It was the bodybuilders.
Okay, well then I'm gonna say something when he says you and your friends, but I imagine people are coming.
Yes. So Dawn as Nexen has announced that she is heading back because she cast a message, and Cassandra was just like, "No, come help, please." But she said it way better than that. So Nexen, you get to this door. Malvolo, Krut, Ranne, you've all kind of trailed behind Nexen, and as you're about to open the door, the plates shatter on the floor, and you're like, "Oh man, what am I getting into?"
I'm just gonna walk in through the door and be like, Cassandra, I forgot to talk to you about, and like kind of that, like, I know I'm interrupting something, but trying to act like I'm not. Stop and stare.
I'm going to be holding the broom, which I had like maneuvered as a bit of a like, I'm gonna hit somebody with the broom if I need to. Probably not her dad. Like, let's, maybe it's one of those, I hate you, but I don't really hate you. And then she's going to be upset that I hit her dad with a broom. And I'm going to be I'm going to say, Nexen, you're here to talk to me, Amiko, and Becca about that thing that we should all talk about right now.
I forgot. We really need to discuss it before I head back. So I'm so sorry if I'm interrupting something. But it'll just take a quick sec.
No, business is booming, right, Amiko? Everything's going so well here, and I'm gonna look specifically at her dad.
So Amiko does not break eye contact with her father, and again, Amiko is about a head taller than Longiku. And they're so he's staring up at her, and they're doing that hard eye, anime style eye contact, and she hears what you say, and without breaking eye contact, she goes, "Yeah, we have to talk about stuff. So, like I said, we were closing shop. Why don't everyone leave?" And Longiku turns to Nexen, seeing, this now more people coming. These are the people who are keeping his daughter from their business. And he turns and he says, "Oh, just what we need, a filthy band of vagrants to attract even more trouble. This is your problem. You keep getting involved with these types. I say, you give everything up." Come back to where glass works. You don't need this life.
Excuse me. Were you calling us vagrants? Because I don't know if you've heard the recent news, but most folks around us have been calling us heroes.
Yes.
He, without breaking eye contact, now he's looking at you, Nexen, and he kind of strolls towards you. And normally, this would be imposing if he was a normal-sized human, but he's about 5 feet, so he's a little taller than you. And he strolls towards you, and the bodyguards start to like close in around Nexus. Now they're coming to close in, and the door is still being propped open by Nexen, holding it open, allowing those outside to view this. Lanjiku comes forward. He goes, heroes are what they call people they don't want to pay. I call you vagrants because that's what you are.
I kind of just stand behind Nexen and just give him the glare.
Mm-hmm. Lanjiku looking up and now seeing Krut, and what he can only assume is a lizard person with antlers, because I'm assuming Ranne is kind of standing behind Krut, so her antlers are coming out around his head. And a smart businessman and a smart man he is, and no fool. So he looks around and he turns and he points at Amiko with his cane, and he says, I give you this chance once. Don't slap my hand away. Don't be like those idiots, the Visky brothers. Come join us. I will await your answer in the morning. And he kind of pushes, he holds his cane out and kind of pushes Nexen to the side as if he's trying to storm past her.
That's fine. I'll just stand where I am and I'll let him try and squeeze past me.
He does squeeze past you.
And as he does, Collodi's gonna put his foot just so that the door doesn't fully open as he walks out, so he bangs his face into the door.
So yeah, he's hard struggling to get out, and he
I don't know, he'll let him out, but he'll be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, sir. I didn't see you there. I thought this place was closed."
He's like, out my way, and he actually knocks Collodi. He raps on Collodi gently to like push him out the way. He's using this cane as like a way to just push people out the way. Going out, he starts to walk, and he's like, hurry up! And he's yelling at the two guards who are now struggling, like Three Stooges style, trying to get through this doorway around Nexen. They're avoiding the weightlifter is avoiding touching everyone. He already knows what happened. So he's like, sorry, excuse me, sorry, excuse me. And this is a large, like large guy. And he's like being very coy. And he's like, oh, nice to see you. Sorry. Yeah. And he shakes his hand a little bit. And then he then chases after Lanjiku. And the other guy pushes his way past everyone, taking lead, following the weightlifter, not to bother anyone. And Lanjiku kind of storms off into the darkness with the Amiko turns and looks at Nexen and Cass and says, I'm really sorry about that. I'll apologize for everything he said. Please, I don't. And she kind of just starts to like rub her forehead as if like she has a headache, and she's looking down and very sullen.
Yeah, I'll sort of put the broom down and then go and get her to get a seat or something, and maybe ask Beth Ann to get like a hot towel and some tea.
Mm-hmm.
And then and I'm gonna gesture Nexen and everybody out from inside. I'm like, well, since we're all here, can we help?
I'm so sorry. I apologize for everything. You all have done a great service to this town, and my father is person had a very hard life. I tried to do my best, and he pushed us away, myself and my sister. I just, I'm sorry.
It's all right. Often, you know, family, they have their own way of thinking about us, and when that doesn't always line up, it can be really rough.
And but then comes out with the tea, puts it down, and Miko sips it, and holding it with both hands. And she, I really do appreciate everyone. I know I built the Rusty Dragon for my mom, and I stayed around for my dad. I shouldn't have stayed. I know I'm just had a very hard time after everything, and just unsure. But you know, it's late, and I'm really sorry. Here, and she kind of stands up and quickly like grabs Cass and hugs her, and like wraps up Cass, like hard wraps Cass, and like she turns away as if like, so now everyone could see Cass's face and Miko's back, and she's just like, she whispers to you, she's like, I'm sorry, thank you for being here, don't let them see me like this. And then you can feel teardrops hitting your shoulder.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hug her and say, the Rusty Dragon means so much to all of us, and we've just started booming, so I'm sure your father will come around, and maybe we can make a deal with the Glassworks. We're good at making deals, right, everyone? I'm gonna look at them like, ah.
Yeah.
Of course. No. Of course. Any deal. We'll do what we need to.
And then I'm going to, I don't know if I can do, no, I don't think I can do this. I was like, do I have any magic cantrip that can help like dry her face on the side, like sneaky? Yeah, I've got like a tempest storm, but I don't want to hurt her.
Gust of wind. Do you want me to just blow everything away?
Just be like, that like refreshing, and I'll be like,
Yeah.
don't worry, I'll help you.
So Miko accepts the aid, and the tears do dry, and what everyone kind of sees is like her hair ruffles a little bit, and as the tempest, not like you know, banshee style ruffling, just like as if a small breeze might have hit her face or something. Yeah, Michael. So she lets go of you, Cass, and she turns to the group and she goes, I'm going to turn in. I think we've all had a very long day. Maybe we should all just turn in. And again, like I said, I appreciate everything you've done, and I'm sorry for everything he said. Thank you, Nexen, for standing up for me. Thank you, Cass, for being here and being a close friend of mine. Everyone else, thank you. Thank you for all you've done. I didn't expect this to come like this. Have a good night. And she stands up and she places her musical instrument down near the table, and she heads off to her room. With that, Beth-Ann kind of says, well, if you want to stay the evening, please do. I can make some rooms for everyone if you would feel comfortable doing that. If you want to go home, please, you're a family, so don't worry.
Nexen will stand up and be like, well, I've got a wedding to get ready for, so I need to head home to get some nice clothing.
Sure, please. Yes.
I do not sleep in a bed that I have not made myself, but thank you.
Of course, Malvolo, of course.
I'm going to be checking up on Twilo, but don't worry, thank you.
No problem. Thank you. And she's like, oh, wait. And she runs off. and you hear clattering coming from the kitchen, and she comes back and she's giving everyone like cloth wrap little sacks as you're leaving, and it's just like bread, some cheese, and like a little jar of jam. She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Here for your trips tomorrow," and she's just handing them out as quickly as she can. But have a great evening. Thank you all. And with that, the party kind of goes into the night. Sandin learned something, but the night is very restful, and everyone feels like they've gained a level.
Yeah.
Now, just to clarify, do we feel like we've gained a level, or do we gain a level?
You guys all are level 2 at this point.
Yeah.
So full night rest, everyone gets hit points as per normal. Next day, beautiful day. Actually, one of the nicer days since that storm kind of rolled in and passed. There's a lot of leaves on the ground. It's getting late in the season, and we pick up with Rain kind of heading over to Hannah's shop. Cass, I would assume you would be doing the same thing to like everyone knows I'm assuming you would have said, hey, we do need to go to Hannah's shop to get the cart, to get everything, to get the information. So Nexen, Malvolo, Krut, that. Getting to the shop, it's a beautiful day. People are on the streets, again, waving to you as you pass by. Everyone's super friendly. You are the heroes of Sandpoint. People are just overjoyed to see you. And as you do go through the town, you hear more of those like, the goblins were a bunch of hooey. I would never worry about them. Look, there goes Rain. She could freaking bench press a horse if she wanted to. And this is just people saying things out loud as you go by, and people like cheering. Not like overly like, yay, but like just like, hey, yeah. And some people actually, 2 young women kind of rush Cass and Rain, and they invite you to tea later today. They're very polite. They're like, oh, would you like to join us for high tea?
Oh, we're actually off to another little venture really quick, but we appreciate the offer. Tea is always lovely.
Oh, not a problem. We will definitely love to have you around and hear about your stories. It would be a lovely day. Maybe next time you're in town after this little adventure.
Absolutely. And I'll bring some fresh things out from the forest. It'll be great. I love sharing teas with people.
That sounds lovely. Thank you. And they kind of scurry you off, and you can tell by the way their clothing, they're kind of from like the upper crust of society. And so you make your way to Hannah's, and outside is a little girl, and she is playing with a little puppy. Scout.
Is it Scout?
It's Scout.
It is Scout. And Rain is just going to go ahead and get right onto the ground, like knees in the dirt sort of thing, like, who's my favorite puppy? And just hold out her her hands, kind of reaching out to Scout.
Scout jumps up.
Scout is a cow.
Scout's a cow. Sorry, that's
God.
Scout's a cow.
Scout is bilingual.
Right, makes perfect sense.
Speaks cow.
That was a weird point for my intro. One of our sponsors is Sirenscape, and I turned on the town stuff, and it started with cow sound. That's interesting. But Scout does not move. Scout yips and gives you a lick, not a pain yip, a happy yip, and is kind of wagging its little butt. Like it's whole, instead of wagging its tail, it's like the whole back end is just shaking with excitement. And it's like
Rain is going to mimic it too. Like, I'm also excited.
And the little girl looks up at you, and you realize it's the little girl that the Cass. It was the little girl that you helped save from the goblin stuff in the house a few days ago. That the mother was-
I'm gonna nudge Rain, and I'm gonna say, I'm so glad you found your puppy to the little girl, and I'm gonna be like, elbow.
Right. Yes. Scout is your dog. Is your dog.
She looks. She goes, "No, Scout. Scout loves everyone. He could be everyone's friend."
Aww. He
That's
is
very
definitely cute. Pet.
Yeah, I love Scout. You guys love Scout. I like being near you guys. You guys are friendly. Thank you so much. When I grow up, I want to be as big as you. And she's like looking like right at Rain.
Rain is gonna kind of just look at her, look at how happy Scout is, and just kind of like is struggling a little bit because she kind of wants to keep Scout. It just kind of lets a big sigh. It's okay. She clearly loves Scout. Scout is going to be in a good home. You know, you will grow up to be big and strong, and then you can protect Scout.
I plan to. That's my job. Scout protects me now, and then I'm going to protect Scout. I promise.
There you go. Now you need to make sure that you train him. You do a lot of learning, and he'll keep his brain sharp, and yours as well.
Mm-hmm. Look, I told him a trick. And she's like, sit. And Scout just like looks at everyone and starts to like sniff stuff. And she's like, he'll get it. And she's like chasing Scout off, like following the dogs. And then all you hear is as she trails off, just sit. And then now she's trying to like push Scout's back down. And she kind of trails off following Scout and allows Rain and Cassandra to head into Hannah's. The door opens. Hannah greets both of you as friends and thank you for coming to my shop. I appreciate Rain. Thank you so much. Cassandra, thank you for being here again. I actually made something super special. It's made from some intricate flowers. They're very rare in these regions, but I would like to give it to you. And she reaches into her coat and she pulls out a small vial. And it's like a perfume bottle. It has that little glass top stopper where you can like dab it around your neck. And she goes, here, I made this for you for all your hard work. I know you guys are going out of your way to do this for me, and I appreciate it. And she also she pulls out another vial and she gives this one to you, Rain. And she goes, this is some lovely scents. So please, whenever you want, I appreciate everything, and I know you guys are heading off to the Paddlefoot Farms, and you want to look your best, and everyone looks amazing. So I appreciate it, and you can hear the rooster crowing in the background.
Yes, I'm awake already. Jesus Christ.
You know, you really didn't have to do this. We were just here to pick up the cart and we'll take everything over. It's easy. Plus, it'll give us a good reason to go out, see a little bit outside the town. So it's perfect.
Yeah, and like I said, the farms are not too far from here. You definitely... So, let me give you all the details before you get there so you're not at a loss and taken aback. You're going to be dealing with the...
No, sorry, I know you're going to give us some details, but could you please bear with me for one moment? Malvolo leaves for a second, you hear this.
We got road chicken for lunch.
Road chicken. Sorry. That's hysterical. That's the stuff right there, folks. That makes the stream. So you're going to be dealing with Lottie. She is kind of the wedding planner, and you're just going to be dropping off the flowers to her. The bride and groom, the Winnius and Wilma Paddlefoot, well, the soon-to-be Paddlefoots, are super friendly. They're probably going to invite you to stay. If you want, please do. I spoke to them, and they said they would love to have you. And yeah, I've worked with Lottie before. She's fairly nice, very meticulous, very, everything to the T. You guys should be getting there before the wedding, so it's going to be like I don't know if you guys have ever been to like a wedding, but it's like a rehearsal before the wedding. The food should be wonderful. You guys should be fine. Don't worry about it. Like I said, you guys can handle this. You should have no problems at all.
Okay. No, we can handle it. So we'll contact Lottie and we'll be there for the rehearsal. But it sounds like they'll be absolutely lovely. I think so. I believe we're all about ready. This seems easy enough. I mean, what could be the hardest to happen? The pathway seems clear, right?
Yeah, the roads are fairly well done into the farmlands, and
okay,
they're traversed constantly, so you should be.
Oh, yes. Then that's no problem at all. That's no problem at all.
So again, I appreciate it, and like I said, please, you're doing me the solid. Keep all the money they give you. Don't even bring it back here. Just enjoy yourselves. Have a good day.
You're being a dear. All right, well, we'll head out, and Ranne is going to go in and give her a hug. And just give her one of those nice moose hugs.
Ooh, moose hugs. So she says thank you and bids everyone adieu. You kind of get outside. You could see the cart is there, full of flowers, all arranged beautifully. It smells wonderful. Nexen at this point has you would have caught up, and Nexen, how do you look? I'm assuming it must be splendiferous.
Yeah, she's got has same skirt but has changed up her top. It's like a little bit more fancier, has a bunch of like embroidered details all around it. There are like flowers and spider webs, and she's got this like braided kind of crown that you can kind of look, and there are a few like dried flowers in it already. What? Are we ready to go to a wedding? Everybody all set? And she'll hand Collodi a like bundle of clothing.
Collodi immediately steps to the side to put it on, and I shall share it with Krut at some point.
Let's make sure we've got everyone here. Let's do a head count. Everyone put your head up so we can see. And she's going to start counting. Where do we have everyone here?
Yes, everyone would have made it at this point. Even Krut has come along.
Happily.
Yeah.
Good. Perfect. Put on your morning face, and she's going to kind of like hit both of his cheeks. Gently, hopefully. Let's wake up, bright and shine. We're going to go to our wedding. We're going to be nice and pleasant. We'll put on our friendly face. She's going to look both at Krut and at Malvolo. Friendly face.
I'm gonna
while we're there.
Well, the Lizardfolk is going to attempt to smile?
That's upsetting.
Attempt. We're gonna work on that. We've got a little bit of a You know what? You focus on the kind eyes look. Let's do that. Yes. And some flowers. That'll help out a lot. Okay. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get going then.
Are there any yellow flowers?
All different types that you would normally see.
I'm gonna grab one of the yellow flowers, and I'm just going to very, sort of gently draw like a smiley face on the. Like use the sort of petal as a little tiny smile.
Mm-hmm.
But even the smile's a little sad.
Oh.
I'm gonna turn to Nexen and look at the Malvolo, at everybody, and I'm just gonna be like, okay. And then I'm gonna turn to Nexen and say, you look wonderful.
Oh, thank you. I like your outfit as well. And I have some ideas for the exact flowers to pick out to really bring out the color in your eyes.
Oh, thank you. And I'm going to look at my outfit, which is basically the exact same outfit I was wearing, except my like most cleanest unrumpled version. And I'm just gonna be like, Nexen, you're a good friend.
So, unless there is anything that needs to be done in town, the group will head out onto the road. It is a beautiful day. Cool, fresh air. Everyone has those wonderful bundles that have been given. So, as you're on the road, you can hear the beautiful forest sounds. Not much happens as you're going. There's that rooster. It's just following.
It's the ghost as we
Oh
eat
my
the
god!
chicken.
Oh, that's just what I need. I've been haunted now.
Rain is now dropping like seeds along the path so that way it can follow little breadcrumbs, if you will.
Look, if it's any consolation, I didn't kill the rooster. Okay, I just,
Put it to sleep.
Put it to sleep.
yeah.
I feel like that's worse, baby.
Slightly.
It's okay.
Somehow.
Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Not much is going on. It's very slow. Nexen, you've been working on making a wonderful, beautiful, what's it called? The
Flower crowns?
Yes, for Krut. And as you're going, not much is happening. Can Ranne and Kasaundra please make perception checks?
Okay. Eat. Okay.
Got good eyes.
Very perceptive today.
Very alert.
You had an early morning. As you're on the wagon, you start to hear a buzzing sound, and it gets louder and louder. And rising from a tree line, what you see is a massive wasp.
Oh no.
So I will share this map with everyone. Sadly, I do not have the the wagon on here, but we would understand there is a wagon.
Can I just try to shoo it away?
Sure, you could, if it wasn't this little giant wasp. So the wasp starts to fly out from the tree line, and you're able to see that it is heading directly for the wagon. Oh, there is now a wagon.
I see it.
You're imagining, Peter. You're doing it. Yeah. So everyone, please roll initiative, except for Kasaundra and Ranne, because you guys did, and you guys rolled crazy well. So you were able to see that this was happening way beforehand. You're like, oh man, this is terrible.
This looks bad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Giant wasp.
Oh. This is a very alert wasp.
This wasp knows everything.
Yeah, this is what we call a Riddlin wasp.
It sees all. It knows all.
Oh my god. Run!
That seems like the appropriate response, I would say.
Yes.
Look, I'm gonna be honest. Like a lot of people, like when you say like a giant wasp, right? I think something like that big, right? Like that big for me is a giant wasp. Like I don't want to mess with a wasp that big. That thing is the size of our horse. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Horse
It's clearly
size.
like triple the size of who I am.
right.
That thing is massive.
It has, and I would like to also point out that it has absolutely no right to be as quick as it is. And I will petition the DM for it to be more realistic and, act like an aircraft carrier, like it is, just this
That's exactly
slow flyovers, that we can dodge.
Hurried in. I have to say, my knowledge of Australia would be that if there were wasps that big, they would live in Australia.
It would.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Actually, the irony is that would be something big, but at the same time, for whatever reason, that would be the harmless thing. There would be something bigger that would feed on that.
Oh, that's okay.
Like, oh yeah, those are our friends. We like them.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, you don't mess with them. You know what you have to do is you got to get like a laundry basket, put it over it, get a large sheet of paper straight underneath. Okay, lift the whole thing up.
Dang it, we forgot our giant laundry basket when we went out for our travels today. Dang it.
One thing we needed. Yes. So the wasp flies by, making that sound, and it is upset. The wasp goes. It's going to try, and actually, it seems to be focused. So it moves. It's focused very much on Rain. It seems that something seems to be attracting it, and it's going to try and grab Rain, like kind of pick Rain up and carry her away.
What?
It's big enough to lift it.
Am I being kidnapped by a giant wasp?
Sorry, what?
Wasp snap.
Oh my god. Well,
It's
this
like-
is not how I thought today would go.
It's hovering over Rain, and it is very upset that she's there.
I'm also upset that it's there.
So it's gonna make an athletics check, which it is not doing because it doesn't want to. Come on, man.
If this thing manages to pick me up.
It goes and it's like hovering above Rain, trying to grab Rain, and sadly it cannot. Rain seems to is just batting it away and is moving around it. But now it is Rain's go.
My turn.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. We're gonna respond with a way that we're gonna act very terrified. And we're going to cast Gust of Wind. We'll take 2 of our actions. Because I am terrified and I want it to go away.
As you fire up the wind onto this creature, it's battling back. Its massive wings
No.
just kind of push the wind away from you, and you still have one more action.
I'm going to pull out. I'm gonna make a guess. I'm gonna pull out that vial of perfume that was given to me, and I'm going to yeet it as far as I can away from us.
Okay, so you hurl the perfume into the tree line, and as it flies, it seems to have picked up the wasp's attention, and the wasp seems to, its eyes kind of, you could see the knowledge as the wasp turns its head and is kind of following the perfume as it heads off into the distance. What would you like to do? You're in the back of this wagon with the rest of the flowers. Nexen was slowly making a crown for you every so often, measuring your head size. to just get it right, and this massive wasp comes out. What would you like to do?
I would like to lunge and attack at it as a reaction. Just like, ah! Just jump
Sure.
up and attack with my sword. With my first action. I'm supposed to roll on the thing, right? No, that's even worse.
So, as you lunge up, trying to smash away this wasp with your sword, you've pushed like Rain out the way, and as she hurls the bottle, trying to help Rain keep away from this wasp that's trying to kidnap her, you reach up and you smash away. That is your 3 actions, because you would have to have quickly taken out the sword, which is 1, move is 2, and 3 is to swing. Next up is my combat traffic. Nexen, what would you like to do?
I am going to kind of with the flower crown in my hand, just tie one of the threads that are not threads, stems into a knot, and looking at the wasp, just yell out, "Oh, bless your heart!" And I am going to cast Phantom Pain on the giant wasp. I grabbed the wrong thing. I don't know why it's not rolling.
Being rude today.
There we go. But it didn't cast. What did I do wrong?
Not to worry. We can easily resolve that.
Nope.
It is not a problem. The giant wasp chooses to not want to get hit by it. It's just like, no, I'm joking. Like, nah. So we can easily do this.
It's a will DC 17 save. Oh, there we go. That should. Nope. That.
Save giant. Oh, right. So the wasp, not too much able to save itself from the pain. It is struck with this, and you could see it's kind of like starts to jerk around and buzz. Roll damage.
All right, so that's 2d4. 2. Oh.
Max damage. Nice. All right. You still have 1 more action. What would you like to do?
I would like to try and hide behind the flowers.
Not a problem. Not a problem. So you can just dive and take a bit of a cover.
Yeah.
Not a problem. Malvolo, what would you like to do?
What would I like to do? Well, all things considered, the wasp is. So do we all see that the wasp is kind of looking at it's picked up the trail, as it were?
Yes.
Okay. Malvolo is going to pick up on this and will use Summon Animal with 3 actions. And he will begin to cast, creating small circles of arcane runes. And my intention here is to summon a vampire squid.
Okay.
Naturally, as
Yeah,
one does.
Now I'm fairly sure that companions still need to act with my actions and the like. So I can't do anything with it this round, but sitting next to Rain is a particularly wriggly, tiny squid.
That's upsetting.
For fun, I'm just gonna pat it on the head.
Okay. And is that your go, right? 3 actions to summon?
Yeah, it's 3 actions to summon. So yep.
Giant wasp. So the giant wasp moves kind of away from Krut and starts to hover over the area that Rain sent the vial, and sniffs, going down onto the floor, grabbing and moving in that fashion, and then it turns its waspy head, and you can see the eyes, and you could see its malicious intent as it flies back towards the cart, coming on the side that is Kasaundra. Kasaundra, is your go. Sorry, and then it's Rain.
I like my perfume and I want it. Okay, I'm gonna try and beat this wasp, and then I'll decide if I want to use my other action to throw my perfume away, which was a gift and would suck to do. Yeah, I'm gonna try and divine lance it. Yeah, okay, let me roll my attack. Come on, I want my perfume.
There you go. Yeah, man.
Okay.
That is a meaty hit for the divine energy.
Don't mess with Cass and her perfume.
Yeah, apparently Cass is very connected to that perfume. So the energy washes over this wasp, and it buzzes and gets angry, as wasps do. What else would you like to do?
Does the wasp look healthy? Because I saw it try to lift Rain, and it didn't manage, but I am not Rain's size. I don't want to be carried away by a wasp.
It does look healthy for a giant wasp.
I'm gonna pick up the bottle and be like, and I'm just gonna look at the bottle and I'm gonna sniff it very quickly, like.
Oh, it was beautiful.
And I'm gonna be like, stupid wasp.
So you're gonna give it the bottle, or you're gonna choose not to give it the bottle?
No, I'm gonna just throw it away from me.
So tossing the bottle in the general direction, kind of following what Rain did, the wasp sees that, and it now has its full attention as the wasp seems to want whatever was in that bottle. Unless it is Rain's go.
Oh no. I would like to run away, but I don't want to leave everyone behind.
Well, if the party wishes, you can leave, and you would know the wasp is going to be it was kind of the perfumes were what's attracting it. So
Okay.
if you announce that to the party can kind of make a general consensus on, well, we want to destroy this creature, or we want to keep going.
I think it just wants the perfume. If we can go quietly, leaving it alone, no one touch it, I think we can get away. Do I have a familiarity with wasps? Like, I have a general understanding, like, these things are terrible.
Yes.
But if we leave them alone, we will leave. Yeah, it'll leave us alone.
Also, don't they come in swarms?
What?
You just hear a voice from like under the flowers that goes, "Yeah, that sounds like a good plan to me."
Cassandra, being from Greed, is very, very upset, and she's like, folds her arms and says, "Fine, fine." And then she looks at the squid, and she looks at Malvolo, and she's like, "That's new. Also, what was your plan?"
Well, are we out of initiative?
Yes.
Okay, Malvolo just very slowly rotates his head and looks at Ranne and Kasaundra. And I will then proceed to apologize very softly under my breath and slink to the back of the wagon as I then instruct the squid to spray the both of them with squid ink so that they don't smell like perfume.
Oh no, you didn't.
Are
Oh no, you didn't.
you kidding me? Malvolo!
In my defense, it could have followed us again.
This was unkind of you, and you should have asked our permission. And now we are going to a wedding that is supposed to be very nice and probably in front of a lot of very nice people, and we are covered in ink.
Well, it might have been a funeral if we brought the wasp to a wedding, which is worse, coming in black.
Now it looks like we're the funeral. Just covered in black ink. Are you kidding me?
For the first time you hear Malvolo chuckle.
Nexen's just gonna poke her head up and start like tying and untying knots and casting prestidigitation, and is going to start with Ranne and just start slowly like cleaning. You just see the ink kind of dissipating.
See, I knew that was a thing.
No. You do not get off on being able to count on others for your mistakes. That was unkind. What do you have to say for yourself?
Bad squid.
No.
Dismiss it.
No. And she's gonna boop Malvolo. No.
It's
That
like
is not how you treat your friends.
He now has a little black nose.
A smidge.
Yeah, just a little smudge.
You need to apologize. You need to think about what you have done. And when you have discovered what you have done wrong, you need to come and apologize to us.
Malvolo.
Go think about what you've done. Just gonna send him to the back of the cart. You think about your actions today.
Goes to the back of the cart. Collodi's like making fun of him, like and Collodi's just like,
Does anyone know what was in that vial so we can make sure to, avoid it in the future?
I sniffed it.
Yeah, it was a special gift.
Yes, it does smell of wildflower and elderberry.
So I mentioned that as I'm surreptitiously trying to like smoosh some nice smelling flowers on like my wrists, just so that I don't smell weird.
Yep. So, kind of pushing the cart ahead and pushing away from this wasp attack, and you can see you leave the wasp as it's kind of following and hunting the ground, where the perfume had been thrown. Well, the 2 vials of perfume. Heading off, you come over a few ridges, and you are now seeing. You start to see the farm lands, and you can now start to see wagons and stuff heading towards a single direction, and you kind of get the feeling that you're on the right path. As you make your way forward, you can see a beautiful tent is set up on this massive swath of land, and you can see people coming and going. And as you're pulling up, a stout woman approaches, says, "What's going on here?"
Oh, no, we're here to bring the flowers. We're here looking for Lottie. Lottie was her name, right, Cass?
I'm Lottie. You're not Hannah? And why are there so many of you?
Oh, well, Hannah sent us, and, you know, the more the merrier. That way we can all help quicker to put the flowers up.
And she's like, she's flipping through some paperwork, and she's like,
Same price. It's fine.
Oh, okay, good, because we did not plan for more people. Okay, so I'm going to need people start, and then she's like grabs the cart and starts to lead it towards specific direction. The horse, following along, dragging the horse behind her, and she brings it to the side of this tent, and you could hear people moving around. And she's like, "Hey!" And she points at another person, and she's like, "What are you doing? No, that doesn't go there." And she starts to walk off, and she stops looking at your group. She goes, "Just take the flowers out the cart and put them where you want." And yes, popping up is what Lottie looks like. And you now notice behind her is a kind of like a little Yorkie, and it's following her, and it's barking at people as she yells at them. So at this point, she kind of wanders off, and you now see different hands moving around. Some of them are dressed well, some of them are not dressed well. And coming forward, a man, he is in regal attire, steps forward, and he says, "Oh, hi, how may I help you?"
Oh, hi. Lottie told us to start putting flowers around. We're the flower crew.
Oh, Hannah's people. Yes, I appreciate.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. I'm Winius, and he holds his hand out.
Seeing that he's really properly dressed, Rain is gonna be like, I don't know if I should touch him because I still, even though I'm clean, I still feel like I've got weird ink on me. Like I just don't feel like I'm at that level. So I'm just gonna do like a weird curtsy bow and like,
Oh, sorry. Please, friends, take everything off, and why don't you come in? I would love you to meet Wilma, my bride. My
oh, you're the
soon-to-be bride.
groom. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm super excited. Yeah, come, please, come.
Come. She's gonna nudge everybody. Come on, let's go.
He looks, and he's like, "Just leave the flowers. I'm so grateful." And the heroes of Sandpoint. Oh my God. Like this.
Can I come out of the corner now?
Yes.
I'm keeping an eye on you though, side-eyeing you the entire time.
I'm sorry.
And he like ushers everyone into the tent, and he calls out. He's like, Wilma, and she's like, huh? And she kind of strolls forward, and she's in a beautiful gown. These are the heroes. Look, they came. Hannah promised, and they came. This is amazing. We need to are you guys hungry? Oh my God! And he's super excited. She's like, oh wow, and she kind of comes forward, as taking Winius's arm, and she starts to greet everyone. She does a curtsy in front of everyone, saying, "Oh, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you being here. Thank you. I hope it wasn't too much trouble."
No. This was easy, and you could just call us the flower crew. I mean, we're just normal people here.
Oh, the flower. Oh yes. I appreciate. I'm sorry. We're just so excited.
No, we're happy to be here to help. It's your big day. Look how gorgeous you are.
Thank you.
Right, everyone? She's gonna nudge it.
Beautiful.
At this point, Collodi will emerge from beneath the flowers for like the first time, because he's been kind of like lying down, like quietly getting dressed. He is dressed in like this noble's attire, and he's got like this purple beard, purple slicked back hair, and he says, Yes, no, blessed tidings upon your wondrous day. Now, I hear that the bridesmaids are some of the most beautiful women this side of the River Kingdoms. Whereto for art thou, beautiful ladies?
And the bride like looks at Collodi's grandeur and everything, and she kind of looks around, stunned. And Winnie steps forward and he goes, "Oh, sir, the bridesmaids are putting the final touches on everything, but
yes, I'm sure they are. And what of you? Do you have a best man? Because I can tell you, I know exactly the man who would be the best at everything. That would be me, sir. Collodi, at your service."
Nope. And Rain's gonna reach out and try to grab him and yank him back.
Yep.
Not who we are.
Is it me?
Isn't he delightful? Our wonderful Collodi. And she's just gonna kind of like pat him, but keep him close to her side.
My rivets are bending.
so
Trying to behave today.
So Winnie kind of looks at Nexen and Kasaundra and is like, "Oh, would you care to stay?" And that kind of looks over at Krut, and I could speak with, and I could get us a table if you want. Lottie should be. We should have extra room, and all of a sudden you hear yipping, as with saying Lottie's name summoned this woman out of nothingness, and she kind of comes storming forward, and she's like, "Nope, there is no more room here. We have planned everything to the T. The flower people will just go. We do not have enough food. I prepped for 72 plates, and we have enough for 72 plates. We do not have any more. I apologize. I will pay them." And she reaches into her coat and she pulls out some gold and she just shoves it into Nexen's hand. It's in a little bag, and she puts it into Nexen's hand. She goes, "I appreciate you coming. You look wonderful, darling, but you all have to go. I apologize. We do not." And Winius is looking like frazzled and sheepish, and is like, "Lottie, these are the heroes. I don't care who they are. We have an exact number. We have to stick to that number, and we are slightly off time. Did they take everything out the cart?" And then she kind of looks out, and you can see the cart still has stuff in it. What? Why is the cart still full? And she storms off, heading to the cart, followed by this little dog that's barking. And as people get closer to her, the dog like barks and yips at them and like kind of bites at their heels to make them move faster. And then she's like, "Where? I need people to take stuff off this cart." And she moves forward, goes to the cart, and she's now wrangling people to get stuff off the cart. And you see two bridesmaids in their full gowns with makeup on are like trying to grab stuff off the cart and help move stuff because everyone seems to be terrified of Lottie.
Not noticing the bridesmaids, because if so, she may not have encouraged her, but she's gonna nudge Collodi. "Go be a gentleman and help."
Nope, muted.
Nope, that's it.
Collodi will pick up his eyeballs from the floor after looking at the bridesmaids in their beautiful gowns and just be like, no, please, my ladies, allow me, a true gentleman, to help you with this. I am Collodi. Hi there. Yes, no, the hair is real. Or it was at least once. And he's going to start he's going to start unloading the flowers.
Yes. Quickly taking off the flowers, Collodi helping to the best of his ability. Winius and Wilmer make small talk with everyone, asking, "Well, Lottie, do we have anything to drink?" "Yes, we have enough wine. They may have something to drink. They may not stay. I apologize again." And she like make eye contact with everyone. She's like, "Thank you for coming. We only have enough food for everyone. I appreciate it. Flower crew, is it? Thank you very much." And you can tell she has like that fake smile on, and it's like, "Please just leave. Like, stop. I don't want you here." And she like wandered, and now she disappears into a crowd, and you can hear the dog yipping, and people go, "Oh," as the dog like slowly bites at people's heels.
Maybe I should give her my mask.
Nexen's just gonna walk up to Linus and Wilma and just kind of meekly hand them over these two crowns and just be like, best wishes for your special day. I guess we'll be leaving.
And Wilma takes the crown and puts it on, gently puts it on her head, and she kind of kneels down, putting her her knee into the ground, and is like, "Is this right?" And she's trying to put it on and match.
Yeah, just a little bit more on the left side. There you go.
Thank you, thank you so much. And she stands up and she dusts her legs off, and you notice that even though she looks very clean, there is dirt under her nails, and she is like a down-to-earth person. It just so happens that Lottie is not a down-to-earth person. And she's like, "Thank you," and she curtsies, and Winius also puts it on, and then he does a great bow to the group, and making sure that the crown doesn't fall off, and he bows to the group and he says, "I appreciate everything the heroes I mean Flower Crew has done for us, and if you ever need anything, please, the farm and the family is yours. Wishes. We do make a lot of money from the town, and you saved it, and you saved us, and we really appreciate all your hard work. Thank you so much."
Do you happen to have 500 platinum? What? Don't look at me like that.
I'm sorry. And then he's like, "You know what?" And he goes off and he starts to talk to Wilmer, and he comes back and he goes, "If that's what the town needs, we will make sure you receive it. All the gifts we receive, we will send to the town."
This sounds fantastic. This sounds amazing. This is wondrous. And why is everyone looking at me funny? Wait. No, I can figure this one out on my own. Thank you. The town could really... No, that's not right. Thank you. Some very bad men are going to break my legs. No, wait. Nope, not quite there. No, do not worry. Please, keep your wedding gifts for yourself. You are well-deserving individuals, and as much a part of this town of Sandpoint as the people who are about to cripple me and in this venture that we have somehow undergone. But you please enjoy your festivities, and do not think twice, for we, the heroes of Flower Power, will be there in spirit, if not in person.
Thank you, sir. And if there's anything we can do, we would love to help.
No, there's nothing at all. Please, just enjoy your bliss, sir and madam.
And with that, Lottie kind of storms in. She goes, "The cart's empty. Here are your drinks." And she hands everyone a small, very small, glass with wine. And it's maybe worth a shot for a normal sized person. Maybe 2 sips for the halfling and gnome. And thank you for coming. We appreciate it. Let Hannah know her flowers are amazing. I appreciate this. Thank you. Please, on your way. And she starts to usher everyone. And then she looks at Ray and she's like, "Well, you're a big girl. Come on. Move. Step.
Excuse me?
Ooh.
Yes, you have a long stride. Please, hurry. We have much to do. Thank you for coming.
Malvolo's going to give his glass to Krut.
I'm just like, I don't look at him. I'm like, thank you.
All right, well, we should probably be returning back to Sandpoint.
Suppose you're right.
Malvolo bangs his head on the table and whispers, "You know, that was right there. They offered. They all but gave it to us."
Let's go do the right thing. Come on.
I'll never understand doing the right thing. I will not for the life of me. They keep calling us the heroes of Sandpoint. I just didn't want to get killed by goblins. Is that too much to ask? Don't get killed by goblins. Don't get legs broken by gangsters. This is a simple life to lead.
I know. Come on now.
It's so much money.
But sometimes what we're meant to do is not the simple life. So we were given the opportunity to defeat the goblins, so we took the opportunity to defeat the goblins because that was what we were meant to do.
Well, I suppose you're right.
Cassandra's just gonna walk and look super dejected. Because I threw away my perfume. I'm not getting money. I didn't even get to have the food that I was promised. Like, this, all in all, and I probably smell weird. And they all know I smell weird. And they're just too polite to tell me I smell weird. So I'm also trying to stick by Krut, because no offense, Krut, but I assume you are the smelliest. So I'm hoping I can be covered in your, athletic smell. And I'm just not, like, this has not been a good day. It's not been a good day.
You're welcome.
And I'm just sulking and walking. And I'm like, good luck on your wedding, beautiful people and beautiful smelling things. Wonderful home.
So getting into the cart, you head back off the trail you came, maybe avoiding where the wasp nest was, as you're heading back to Sandpoint. As you're heading down the road, you notice a figure stepping forward, walking on the trail towards the cart, and she raises her hand and kind of waves to everyone. As you pull the cart closer, you notice that it is a half elf, or maybe an elf with short ears, beautiful blonde hair, striking green eyes, and she has a quiver on her hip and a bow strapped around her back, and is wearing studded leather, and she's kind of flagging the party down. They had just seen a figure coming up the road, waving to them. It is a of elven descent, female, blonde hair, striking green eyes. She makes her way up to the side of the cart, looks at everyone and says, "Hi. Is Krut here?"
Rain is just gonna turn around at Krut like he knows someone.
Wait,
Everyone
sorry.
looks at Krut.
Yeah.
Krut?
Sorry, I had a message.
Oh, sorry. So Krut kind of like stands up and she looks over and she goes, "Krut, Sheriff Baylor sent me. Shaylu.
Yes.
I'm out. Yeah. So I actually went to town looking for you, and I guess the rest of you looking at the party. From the description, you kind of all fit the heroes of Sandpoint. So Baylor sent me out here to give you these," and she reaches into her pouch and she hands out, similar to Krut's badge that he has, she hands everyone a single badge, excluding, and she looks at them, she goes, "Which one's Malvolo?" She's like, "Okay, he doesn't get one." And she gives everyone a badge, and she goes, "Baylor has deputized the heroes of Sandpoint. You are all to follow Krut's lead. I'm sorry, I'm actually out here doing my job."
Wait. Sorry. Pardon. Just rewind a little. Why am I not receiving one of these?
Something I don't know. Honestly, I'm a ranger. I kind of work in the forest, and I come to town and I, deal with the stuff on the outskirts of town. I was actually going back resupplying. Taps her quiver.
Did Collodi get one?
She looks in the bag. She's like, yeah, actually."
What? Collodi's just on the floor laughing. Don't worry, citizen. I'll look after you.
Yeah. So he gave me this, and it's like, she unfolds a scroll and she's reading, and she goes, "Yep, hand badges. It's like a shopping list. She like hand badges to heroes of Sandpoint. Tell them they're under Krut's commands, as he is the higher ranking of them. Don't abuse your power. Yep. Welcome to the Force. I'll see you guys around. I'm actually out here hunting goblins. We've been having a pest problem with them, and I should be. We actually probably should meet up and talk about this. And I guess your deputies now. Next time I'm back in town, I should be out maybe a day or two. Just some general hunting, but yeah. Have a good one. And she looks and she's like, keep up your jobs.
Wait, before you head out, you say you're the hunter that travels around in and out of town.
Yeah.
Tell me, have you noticed anything unusual in the surrounds?
Didn't I mention that? And she's kind of making eye contact with Krut. She's like, well, I see why you're in charge.
No, I mean, just between us. Not with the goblins, but with people. Necromancy, undead, anything of that sort?
She looks, she's like, wait, they're undead? Where?
In Sandpoint, there were a few straggling skeletons that were unearthed, but they seem to travel in the wake of the goblins. We believe that a tall human or individual ambushed Father Xantus in town a few days ago. We've been looking into it, but we haven't found anything.
Very well. Thank you, sir. Off you go.
But
she looks at Krut, and she looks at the party. She goes, I'll keep an eye out for any necromancy. And she reaches into a separate sack, not the one she was carrying with the badges, and she reaches around. She pulls out what looks like a quartz crystal wrapped up with a silver chain, and inscribed on it, if you notice, is a few like religious symbols. You see Desna's logo on it and stuff, and she kind of puts it around her neck, and she was like, yeah, this will let me know if there's necromancy nearby. The stone will start to fill with a purpley smoke, and as she does that, you can start to see that the quartz crystal is slowly, like, there's like little smoke starts to fill it, and she goes, there must be necromancy nearby. This thing is filling already. It must be pretty terrible out there. Thanks for letting me know. And Krut, I could see why everyone's in charge. I'm gonna get going, but we do have to meet up. That's of the importance. Next time I'm in town, I'm gonna make sure Baylor sets up a meeting between us and the deputies. She kind of nods and continues down the road. She puts up her hood, doing the old lone wolf, and then waves to the party, and she just heads off down the road, heading towards similar direction, maybe veering off to the left, and finally vanishing into the woods.
I'm going to slap attack Malvolo, like one of those, like, I'm not actually trying to hurt you, but why would you do that?
Because
you sprayed ink on me, and then you...
Look, listen, you are not the only necromancer in the world, and it doesn't mean that there's no... We need to figure out why undead people are... We have lost 2 bodies! 2 bodies of dear friends of ours!
Look, people have necromantic finding things. Why they don't have finding things for, I don't know, like, other kinds of magic? Because... You know what? It's people like you who give us bad names with, we've lost dead bodies. Oh, there's undead. Oh, it's so bad here.
We haven't lost dead bodies. We saw them got stolen, and we found literally undead where they were stolen from.
Wait, you're a necromancy?
Oh my god.
Oh my god. And I'm like, look what you've done. Look what you've done.
She's the good kind.
Yes, I know this. I have no I'm not implying anything. If I thought Kasaundra was responsible, I would have definitely pointed her to the... No, I wouldn't have. I probably wouldn't have. But nonetheless, she is going outside of town. She is searching the surrounds, where the goblins are, which we saw the goblin tracks, where the undead were as well. It makes perfect sense that she also perhaps look out for the undead while she's doing so. That is all. I'm not telling her to go looking for a gnome. I'm telling her to go look for a, you know.
Okay, that's speciest,
Look.
because Nexen is a gnome. I am a halfling. Okay,
and what I mean is I'm not telling her to go look for a diminutive person's. I have told a tall individual. I'm trying, okay?
You know what? Don't talk to me for the rest of the trip. We just need to get back to town. Ooh, last slaps, and then I'm gonna go sit in the corner of the cart and be like mumbling to myself, my perfume, and now this, and then she had a necromantic finding crystal. Lame.
While Kasaundra is slapping Malvolo, Nexen's gonna kind of scooch over to Krut and just be like, do you want to tell Malvolo about what the sheriff asked you?
Tell him. Okay. Malvolo.
Yes.
So there's a thing. That was given to me as from a certain high command to look out for you. He doesn't trust you.
Cassandra's gonna jump up in the cart and point to go, ha!
Well, that's because that bloody sheriff knows that I'm onto him. Him and his stupid, ugly, stupidness.
So when I went to go to him and speak to about reporting what went down, he's just like, look, I've got it covered. Don't worry about it. You're the one in charge.
Of course, that's why I don't get a badge, because why would you trust the person who, I don't know, hero of Sandpoint apparently? All well and good, except when the sheriff murders someone you care about.
Well, I've been thinking this over, and I think we might be able to kind of use this to our advantage, and perhaps be selective with what Krut, if you're all right with this, but what we inform the sheriff about. Make him more amiable to you. Show all the good stuff, and we can ignore anything that might make you look a little suspicious.
When Malvolo mentions his friend passing away, I stop the pointing, ha, and then I just kind of like sit back down. I feel bad for ha-ing him.
As you do so, from behind you while you were ha-ing him, Collodi was having his badge and is still going.
Rain will smack Collodi. Stop that. That's rude.
But wait, Malvolo should already have one. I gave him mine.
Well, yes. I may have thrown that into the woods.
But it's not authorized.
Look, I threw it into the woods to prove a point, and that is that
that you could throw things far.
Is a bastard. Yes. Look,
what?
Look, I'm not ready to let things go with the sheriff, and clearly he is on some sort of vendetta to stop me from tarnishing his good freaking name. But as far as I'm concerned, the only persons I care about in this godforsaken town is the six of us. Okay? Now, if that means that I need to go to jail to prove that, or that I need to send some sort of bizarre hooded figure into the wilderness to go chase the undead so that you guys don't have to, then I will do it. But I'll be damned. I'll be damned if I will have my reputation thrown to the gutters by someone like that.
Well, and that's why I was suggesting, being strategic with what we tell him, so that we can, prove that his view of your reputation is incorrect.
And for that, I thank you. You speak with great wisdom, as always, and I, for one, yes, probably speaking just passionately, but you're right. You're right. The sheriff is working through Krut because he is too much of a coward to come face me himself. He's trying to manipulate me, and I find a great deal of pleasure in that turnabout in doing the same to him. So,
do you want me to organize a meeting between you two?
no!
No? Okay.
Look, I just want to go home, and I want whatever is happening to my quiet, small, peaceful life to be put to rest once and for all, so that I can move on. Anyway, there's a few hours left in the day, and there's much to be done. And there are probably still wasps in this forest, and many other things. We should continue to the town.
You're right. There are probably more balls out there. Let's go.
As you guys have been having this conversation, the cart had been slowly making its way down the road. Peeking over, you see the gates of Sandpoint and the lovely town. It is late into the afternoon. Everyone makes their way back in, dropping the cart off at Hannah's. Hannah, thanks everyone for doing everything. Everyone kind of jumps out the cart. Actually, a runner comes up as you guys were entering, and Nexen, you find out the boar's hide has been tanned and is currently waiting for you for pickup.
I'll look at the group and be like, well, you know where you can find me, and I'm going to scurry off to pick up the boar's hide. Kind of rubbing her hands as she's going like, "Oh, I can't wait."
Goodness, today has been busy. First badges and the wedding, and I think I've had enough. She's just gonna head over towards the inn, like, I need a drink.
I will take that offer, but I need to do something first. And Krut will just walk off to like the shops, markets area by himself.
I'll just in passing walk past Malvolo and say, I'm sorry for hitting you.
No. It was well deserved, and I understand where your trepidations come from. For what it's worth, Kasaundra, I'm glad that you chose to stay. I know that it's not hard to turn and to run away from your problems, and it takes a great deal of strength to stay and face them, especially when there is a lot of prejudice that comes from a particular profession or interest. I understand that all too well and hold it in no ill bearing. I'm also in part sorry for dousing both you and Ranne in squid ink. I definitely should have thought that through, and in my panic, I perhaps acted a little hastily. I've worked alone. He looks at Collodi. I've worked alone for quite some time now, and it's made me a little, I don't know, strange around people, and I'm not quite accustomed. And I ask that if I do continue to perhaps act a little bizarrely or questionably, that you and the others will continue to show me the same patience and guide me in behaving in a manner more fitting to someone traveling with friends.
I'm gonna give him like an elbow bump, like a friendly one, and be like, "You're right. We're friends, and I appreciate that. I guess I'm also just sensitive about these things, but in the end, we'll be there for each other. But now I need a bath. Good night, Malvolo.
Good night. Malvolo will, during the evening, go to Junker's Edge and do what he does when he's stressed out. The thing is he misses his friend, and the late unpleasantness took his friend away from him, and he tries his best not to think about what had happened, and tries not to think about how the town sees him, because his friend was a very peaceful person whose reputation was all but destroyed in the town. And as he goes through Junker's Edge, he's not collecting parts of junk. He's collecting broken bits of wood that have carved birds attached to them that have been snapped off from, like, ledges and windowsills and frames and then thrown in the garbage. He's collecting all these kind of, like, wooden birds, which were the things that his friend was known for crafting. And he's doing this, like, well into the night as he collects them and keeps them for himself. Someone has cast silence on Jared.
No.
Okay.
Did they? No.
You're good.
There you go.
Okay, I'm good. Sorry. So, having the evenings to yourselves, Nexen, the boar hide is beautiful. Malvolo taking his time to reflect on his life. Ranne, relaxing, enjoying a wonderful drink. Kasaundra having a nice hot bath. Krut, you wanted to go, you took care of some things in the market. Were you looking to purchase anything from the market? Or
Krut is trying to purchase a bottle of perfume.
Oh.
He doesn't know anything about this stuff, so he's just gonna, like, walk into, and it's like, "You're a lady, I need help."
So, Krut, you are able to find in the bazaar area where they have multiple different stalls, and like I said, this was late into the day. You're asking random women, and like, "Hey, can you help?" You know, something like that, and some of them are taken aback. And you do find a friendly face, and it so happens to be Beth Anna. She's out actually doing a little shopping. She comes up to you and she's like, "Matt, Krut, is everything okay?"
I think so. I need to buy some perfume.
For yourself?
No, for Kasaundra.
Oh, that's lovely. Do you know what smells she likes?
I think flowers.
Flowers? Yeah, we could find something. And she takes you over to a stall. In the back is a slender gentleman. He introduces himself, says, "How may I help you?" Beth Ann responds, "Oh, we're looking for some perfume. Maybe something in a flowery aroma." And he says, "Oh, I think I have the first day, a good thing." And he pulls out a small box, opens it up, inside a crystal vial. You smell it, and it smells like honeysuckle and lavender. Beth Ann says,
yeah.
"Oh, this is a lovely smell."
I'm like, "Yeah, I think that's right."
Okay, and so how much? And she turns to the stall owner. How much is it? And 3 silver pieces. He responds.
Do I have a gold coin?
You do have a gold
I'm
coin.
just gonna toss that at him. All right, there we go. 3 pieces.
And he looks and he fumbles around, pulls out your change, and hands you your change.
Oh, thank you.
And thank you. Have a wonderful day. And Beth Anna and will kind of lead you back towards the rusty dragon. She was like, "Oh, do you want to come in, have a drink with us?"
Oh yeah, I think I'm supposed to be meeting Rain with a bottle of wine or something, some alcohol. So I will never turn that down.
Sure. So you come in, you see Rain. She's up at the bar. Amiko's there, you know, kind of taking care of the bar, but keeping to herself. Rain gestures for your attendance, and you kind of pop down next to her.
What have you been up to?
This is for Cass. You can give that to her.
Oh my goodness, you have the sweetest heart. And she's just going to start gushing over Krut. Look at you. You did such a sweet thing. She's going to try to pinch his cheeks a little bit. Like, you are just so darling. I mean, I always knew that you had it in you.
No. I think I've quoted my kindness for the month.
No, you've got so much kindness in your heart. Look at this little overflow.
Let's just drink. Beer, please. Ale.
Well, you deserve a drink. That was incredibly kind of you. Oh, and there's a wild dog in the bar now.
Wait, did Scout get in the bar? Scout's
Somehow. This is very loud.
So,
well, Krut, we're going to drink to celebrate all of us getting our badges and you as our leader, and for the little cute thing you did.
I'm just gonna now sit quietly and just drink.
I believe Krut is already red, so hard for him to turn any more red. So the night goes off. Unless anyone has anything specific they would like to do besides doing the sweetest, most character crazy thing. So the night goes by without a hitch. The next morning comes. There is a low fog, and you know the town starts to turn on. People start to come out their homes. You smell the smells of cooking, meats, breads, pies. You know, Kasaundra, you come down, and there's Krut.
I gave it to Rain. I gave it to Rain. That's it.
So Krut would have left, and Rain, you would have went back to your home. Nexen, Malvolo, all, you know, you spent the nights, nothing crazy happened. And Kasaundra, you come down, and Beth Ann is standing there, looking worried. She approaches, and she has something held in her hand. And it's a small note.
Is everything all right?
No, I don't know what to do with this.
What is it?
And she hands a small note to you. And in the note, one second, I'm trying to bring up the note to hand it to you. This should have. There we go. It's a small note, quickly written in common. It says, "Hello, sis. I hope this letter finds you well, and with some free time on your hands, because we've got something of a problem. It's to do with father. Seems that he might have had something to do with Sandpoint's recent troubles with the goblins, and I don't want to bring the matter to the authorities, because we both know he'd just weasel his way out of it. You've got some pull here in town, though. If you can meet me at the Glassworks at midnight tonight, maybe we can figure out how to make sure he faces his punishment he deserves. Not twice, then three more times after that, then once more. at the delivery entrance, and I'll let you in. In any case, I don't have to impress upon you the delicate nature of this request. If news got out, you know, these local rubes would assume that you and I were in on the whole thing, don't you? They've got no honor at all around these parts, and I still don't understand how you can stand to stay here. Anyway, I don't. Anyway, don't tell anyone about this. There are other complications as well. I'd rather talk to you in person about it tonight. Don't be late. And scribbled on the bottom is a signature that says Suo, Tsuto. And Bethan looks incredibly worried with this note.
What time is it?
It's early in the morning.
So assumably it was last night midnight.
Mhm.
Is Amiko? I'm just gonna ask, where's Amiko?
Like, I haven't seen her today.
And she would have been up and about already, normally.
Yeah, I checked in her room. Usually she's the first one in the tavern, kind of putting everything together. If we have to go shopping, she'll create a list. We do the menu together, and she actually, and you know this about her. She'll pull a few songs that she normally plays in the tavern to entertain the crowd, and that's normal morning procedure. So coming down, you know, sometimes she's not there. Like in the morning, she's out doing stuff, but this is rare. Like normally, that's what happens, and then the day will continue.
Where did you find the notes? Did you obviously checked her room and then?
I went into her room and the note was on her bed. It looks like her bed was not slept in last night, as I normally do the bed. Change the linen.
You know what, but then I'm sure it's fine. Maybe her and her sister had, you know, sorted things out, and you know, we're just spending some family time. But we'll go triple check. But I'm sure everything is fine. Everything's fine.
I hope so too. This is very strange. You know, with everything that happened between Wanjiku and now this, it's a bit worrisome. You know, maybe you could take your friend Krut over there and take a look, or everyone. I'm not sure. I'm worried about her. Normally she would have told us about something like this, and she kept it to herself. That's very strange.
You know, family's complicated. But yes, yeah, I'll get everybody and we'll go check on her, and we're gonna find out that everything's fine. She can handle herself. She's really tough.
Yeah, of course. I trust that everything would be okay. But maybe you could check on it if it's not too much trouble. I'll keep everything going, you know, here, and you know, if that's not too much of a problem.
Never a problem for you and Amigo. So I'll just go get everyone now, and then we'll get it sorted out as quickly as possible.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
No problem. And in my cheeriest voice, I'm gonna be like, "Have a great day, and we'll find Amico." And then as I walk out, I'm gonna be like, "Oh no!" I'm gonna run.
Who would you like to get to first? Because you know where everyone is, right? Like it's not a secret. No one's like, I'm secretly sleeping in the back cave.
I'm just gonna do sort of the closest person. Yeah, like the order of who's closest to me.
That would actually be. You know what? I think it's Nexen. The closest person would be Nexen, because Ranne is kind of a little outside the town with her hut and where she does her flower beds, and Malvolo, his house is further up on the hills, near the coastline, so that would be out the way. Yeah, it's Nexen. Nexen is like in town, so you would know to get to Nexen first.
Yeah, so I'm gonna rush over to Nexen, knock on the door.
Kind of groggily answers the door. I'm like, oh, good morning.
Hi, I'm so sorry to do this, but Amiko's missing, or you know, hopefully less missing than the priest was, but still kind of more missing than if we had seen her in the tavern.
So like just misplaced.
I'm hoping that's it. I'm hoping she got lost in this town that she lived in for a very long time. Basically, you don't remember her dad from the other night?
Yeah, he was a real work, real piece of something.
Yeah, apparently he's even deeper in trouble, and her and her sister were going to sort it out at midnight, because that's when you sort problems out, last night, and she hasn't been back. So I just really appreciate if we all went and checked, and I'm hoping it's not time is of the essence, but let's just act like it is anyway. Things are going to be fine. Things will be fine, right? They'll be fine.
Yeah, all right. I was just planning on working on that boar cloak, but that can wait for another time. Sure. And she'll kind of gather up her stuff and follow Kasaundra out.
Cool. Shall we split up? And I'll go fetch someone, and you go fetch someone.
Sure. Where do we want to meet back up? At the tavern?
Maybe closer to the glassworks, but not at the glassworks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we pick a building nearby.
Yeah. So the glassworks is a bit outside of town, not like miles and miles and miles outside of town. It's slightly outside of town. There is a road that goes to it, and because the glassworks is more or less a factory, and they have these massive furnaces and smoke and stuff come out of the glassworks. It is outside of town. It's not directly in the town, but there is a road that goes directly to it. They are the glassworks. Everyone here knows that the it supplies Magnamar and a number of cities with their glasses. So it's kind of something. So you would know where to meet up. The party kind of separates Nexen and Kasaundra. You guys separate. Nexen, you would probably get to Malvolo. You would know his direction. Kasaundra, you can either grab Ranne or Krut.
Is Rain's area where she lives on the way to the glassworks? Because then I'll grab Krut, and then.
Yeah, it could kind of be like that. Yeah, we could put it like that.
Okay, so then I'll head for Krut.
Sure. Nexen, you get to Malvolo's, and you.
I'll just kind of fill them in on what's going on, and then like, all right, so you know, stuff we got to do.
I see. Well, we should. Well, if everyone's gathering up, where are we meeting?
We're just outside of the glassworks.
All right. Well, let me just get my things. Malvolo moves very, very swiftly. Grabs Collodi. Collodi wakes up. And he says, "What do you think of this? This lipstick look good on me?" Amiko's missing. Collodi puts down. He says, "Yeah, give me a second." He grabs his gear, puts his knives on his pack, and then just walks out. Doesn't say anything else. And the two of them go next to Nexen. Lead the way.
All right, let's go. We'll head on to the rendezvous.
Sure. At that point, Cass, you make your way to Krut. You can find Krut. He's outside doing his morning calisthenics.
Yeah, I'm basically gonna fill him in, say we need to go check and investigate. Are you coming with?
Let's go.
No, you have to stay here. Listen, you're just a little girl's dog, okay? It's a very dangerous thing. Even I don't want to go. If you and I could trade places, I would. Really.
Scout just loves everybody.
Scout.
Scout.
Stay. Stay.
Sorry.
That's okay. I don't have ranks in animal handling, so that's fine.
It happens. At this point, the group is getting together. Kasaundra, you get to Rain's home, and you kind of knock on the door. Rain, you did not see Kasaundra last night. She kind of took a bath and then kind of slipped away to bed. So you still have her perfume, and there's Krut and Rain and Kasaundra.
Good morning. She's gonna like look at Krut like, hey.
What?
By the way, Cass, some really sweet thing happened last night.
No.
Can you guess?
I'm just gonna start.
Twilo did a trick.
I mean, yes, Twilo does many wonderful tricks. Twilo's incredibly smart, but she's gonna hold up a little perfume bottle. Look at this.
What is that? Oh, is it? Oh, that's nice. Does that
Here,
for you?
no. This is for you from Krut.
And I'm gonna take it, and I'm gonna look at Krut, and I'm gonna smell it, and I'm gonna close it, and I'm gonna say, "Thank you so much" to Krut, and I'm gonna be like bright red, and I'm gonna say, "We're actually in a rush, but
Oh.
this is," and then I'm gonna explain the story, and then as we're going to the glassworks, I'm gonna say to Krut, yeah, you didn't have to do this, but thank you so much. And I'm gonna pack it away very carefully, and I'm just gonna smile at him and keep walking, rushing.
Just dab it on every now and then, like especially on the wrists. That's where you get a good scent.
Okay.
So making your way, you now see Kasaundra, Rain, Krut. You now see Malvolo, Collodi, and Nexen coming up the road, and the party kind of meets up. Everyone has this information. Kasaundra, did you take the note by any chance? Would you have taken the note? If you want to say no, that's perfectly fine.
No, because I, all the information was sort of there, and we're not going to be knocking or anything. Yeah, so I just say the gist of the information of like they think their dad was doing something really shady, and we're trying to sort it out before the townspeople found out about it, potentially with the goblins. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, not a problem. So as you make your way up the road, there is this massive factory. It's huge. You can actually see that the furnaces are on, and there is smoke billowing out the top of these smokestacks. And you make your way to the front. You can kind of see the glassworks. All the glass around their number of windows are smoky, so you can't really see in. But there is one section, it's kind of a round area that draws everyone's attention as for two reasons. One, you can see directly into the room as this is the showroom, and two, the door that enters is lazily knocking in the breeze.
Is that normal?
That doesn't look good. That doesn't look good. That doesn't look good, guys. We have to get up there.
All right. Krut, Collodi, why don't you two go ahead first?
So I'm just throwing everyone's character onto the map, so you guys can have a fairly good view of what's going on, and then I will share the map with everyone so that We're not all in the dark. Awesome. Not that there is any kind of initiative, just so that you have a visual tool. Making your way to the front.
Nexen's gonna pull out Nyx and just kind of walk up and motion for Krut to like kneel down and then set Nyx on his shoulder.
All right, let's go. Start running.
Making your way to the entrance of the glassworks. You can hear it's oddly quiet. There isn't much going on. Normally, this would be full of people, co-workers, just shoppers, and you kind of come to the front. You peek into the door, and this room contains a shop where customers would have normally browsed the various glasswork products here. Bottles, window panes, and glasswork art are the primary contents of this area as you like look in this main entrance door. So on the map you would see that little white square as a door.
I'm assuming today isn't a holiday we've missed or something, right?
No, it's a normal work day.
Krut will draw his
That's
sword.
ominous.
The glassworks themselves, I mean, is it usually quite busy with people? Like, should there be, like, customers and attendants and stuff like that?
Yes, this is the early morning, so normally this is when you would see workers coming into the building. Additionally, the people who don't stay on the premise, those are the people who would be coming. So maybe receptionists, sales associates, and stuff like that would all be coming to the glassworks at this point. Just trickling as the day goes on. Also, you would probably be seeing carts moving, and you would hear that sound, but it is again oddly quiet.
I don't like this. We need to get inside. There has to be answers somewhere.
Something's definitely wrong.
Collodi will move into the actual storeroom. Is there like one of those bells on the front desk?
There is.
All right, Collodi will walk up and be like, lean on the desk, look around, look underneath the counter itself. Is there a body under the counter?
So Collodi kind of making their way into the building with Krut. Looking around.
I don't like how he started describing the setting when I asked if there was a body there. It doesn't fill me. Doesn't fill me with confidence when he does that.
Not that you know of yet.
No, that's true.
You don't see a body, but what you do see on the floor are there smudges and smears of what looks like mud and maybe a darker brown substance.
So we don't see a body. Do we smell a body?
Sadly, no. There is.
What do you mean, sadly, no?
You're like, wait. Unfortunately, no dead bodies here, guys.
Did you smell honeysuckle?
Dang it!
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. I don't know about you guys, but this is a little bit beyond, wipe your shoes at the front door. I think there's someone got dragged through here, covered in mud. This
I hope that's mud.
This ain't looking too good. All right, let's look around, shall we?
You can hear the low rumbling of the furnace in the background as entering. It's always kind of constantly there.
Yep.
So from where you are, there is Krut and Malvolo. You can kind of see a small door behind the counter that would lead to a separate room. Additionally, another door directly behind where there would be that would be kind of the door where someone would come out when you ring the bell. The smudges go to the door, the further door in the room, not the one directly behind the counter, but the one down away. The smudges kind of lead that way.
You mean this door here?
Yes, that door right there.
Okay. Yeah, look, if we want to find out where this guy went, we probably should try it this way. What do you think?
Yeah,
No.
I agree.
But be prepared. I don't think we're gonna find friends at the end of this tunnel.
Yeah, I agree.
I'll tell Nix to do his little dance if he sees anything moving.
Hey, Rain, listen, can you do us a favor? Can you just keep an eye on that door there? Just make sure if, nothing kind of, I don't know. And maybe I'm being paranoid.
Sure. Here, I'll just check and see who's behind it. I'm gonna rip this door off too.
He's taking it
What's
off
behind
there.
door number one?
So Rain kind of does her thing and kind of moves the door off of its hinges.
Doors have secrets. You remove them, you have less secrets.
There you go. Opening this door, you do notice as you're moving it around, so what everyone sees but Rain doesn't because the front of the door is holding it. Rain turns and you do notice there are scratch marks kind of on the bottom, or claw marks more or less, and it looks like something was kind of clawing its way out of the door, or in
Doors do have secrets, but they also keep bad things in or out. So
What are you talking about? Rain's gonna flip the door on. Oh my heavens! And she's gonna toss it back. What happened to this? What is inside there? She's gonna peek in through the hallway.
Into the hallway. I like that, the door hall.
The door hall.
No, the door
So-
hall.
The door hall. Yeah, it makes sense to me.
The window of the doors, the walls.
Looking in, you do notice around the front of the door, there are smudge marks all over the floor and the hallway, but you don't hear anything except for the constant low rumble of that stupid furnace.
There are more marks here. There are more marks out in the hallway.
We need to get moving. Amiko could be hurt. And I'm gonna start moving.
You guys move forward. I'm gonna watch this door until we're all through.
Okay.
And Rain is going to position herself in the door hall. Sorry.
Collodi's gonna go through the door with the drag marks in it.
Moving into the hallway Collodi is moving into. You don't see anything. It does go further down. It leads deeper in here. Looking around, you do notice in the very edge of the corner, there is what looks like it's definitely a pile of something. You would have to get closer to know exactly what it is.
Collodi draws his blade and approaches cautiously.
As you get
Collodi, should you throw your eye over there?
Does it look wet?
it does look wet.
I don't want to throw my eye in that. Are you kidding me?
Okay.
That's gross.
Yeah, you're
I gotta put that
probably
back
right.
in afterwards.
Spit and shine.
Ugh. All right, let's do this. I'll walk up to the mass of wetness.
Yeah, it looks like a pile of dirty laundry. As you get closer, it has a very rank smell, and it looks, like I said, like a pile of dirty laundry, and that's very odd for this area. The pile of laundry, as you get closer, shifts slightly.
Ah! Moving laundry! I stab it.
And you stab into it, hitting something inside, and there's a massive howl or yelp as you do hit a creature inside. And now
Oh, yeah.
everyone needs to roll initiative.
You killed Scout.
Yeah.
Ah!
You did kill Scout.
I told him to stay behind. Why didn't he listen? Don't make me kill a dog.
Dog murderer.
I don't need that.
And like that, the title of hero was gone.
Yeah, and it's gone. Oh my god.
While we're here, we should pick up a laundry basket just in case the wasps come back.
Yes.
Oh no, it is a dog.
It is a dog.
It's a goblin dog.
Oh.
How could you?
Oh, it kind of looks like a dog rat with tumors, so I mean.
Yes.
It's not a tumor.
This means it needs more love.
Oh, it does. It does.
More
It's those dogs without fur vibes. Shame.
Yeah. It's like one of
Um,
those the ugliest dogs contest.
And just
Yes.
like that, we found out Malvolo was the real villain of the campaign.
This entire time.
That's it. The sheriff was onto something. And no one believed until it was too late.
So, combat music.
Look, I'm also going to say if this combat goes for too long, I'm going to be really sad.
No, it's like yeah, it probably is gonna go super long. The dog lets out a howl as Collodi stabs into it, not dealing any real damage. The dog kind of.
Sure? 'Cause I would really do damage. I'd like lean into that. I'd be like, that wasn't an exploratory thrust. It was a whatever's moving in there.
Well, it was more like a glance, like it was a pile of stuff, and you kind of stabbed
Okay.
it.
Thank goodness it wasn't a Miko hiding.
Yeah.
Look.
Listen, you don't hide in dirty laundry if you don't want to get stabbed.
Exactly. And you know what? Chances are Amika would live if I stabbed her. And Malvolo's
The
a doctor.
chance. There's a chance she would survive.
Exactly.
Um.
This is why one of them stabs and one of them heals. It's
Yeah, that makes sense.
if I stab the wrong person, we're good. We're covered.
Krut, it is your go.
Alright, knowing what that is, he's just gonna run and attack it.
Oh, shit.
There's this slow motion moment where Collodi just dives, like, oh my god!
Okay, so first action is to run up there, the second action is to attack.
Mm-hmm.
No, I need to roll it on this. Ugh.
Stabbing into the pile of everything. The dog has protection from you as you're not 100% sure where its exact body is with all the weird piles of clothing and stuff.
It's over there, to your left!
Oh, okay. Am I able to use my last action to...
Yep, you have one more action. Because everyone did kind of come in ready, so it's not like I'm pulling. And Krut again misses.
No,
with
your
that.
other left!
Ah, right, thank you.
Rain, it is your go. You can hear the dog howl, and now you can hear Krut's roar cry. What would you like to do?
He said left, not right. And Rain is, let's see here. You said each square was 5 feet, right?
Yes, each square is 5.
Okay. I was just trying to remember. Then we are gonna move. 5. We're gonna use 2 actions to barrel up there. We've got to get this done.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going to pull my shield out and kind of hold it in front of everyone, in front of the dog.
Awesome.
Just kind of to protect it and protect everyone behind me in the shield.
Cool. Cassandra, what would you like to do? Seeing you were following Krut and Malvolo, Collodi, you kind of see what's going on as rain comes rushing past you.
Can I see the dog? Is the corridor like tight?
It is now becoming tight as more and more bodies start to fill it, but you could still see the dog. Mind you, this isn't like a Chihuahua or a cute dog. These are called goblin dogs. So the best way to put it would look like a giant hairless rat beast on all fours. It has like a rat tail, a dog canid head, a massive underbite.
Okay, so it's definitely probably gonna try kill us.
It's upset that it got stabbed.
Yeah, I mean, I hear you. I'd also be sad. I'm going to move a bit closer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there. And then I'm going to... Okay. I'm going to Divine Lance it.
Make it happen.
Okay, let's see.
Yes. Now deal damage as the energy washes over it. Yes, that is a lot of damage to this poor puppy. So the energy washes over it, and it takes a fair amount of damage. Nexen, you notice that your little spider is doing its dance on top of Krut's head, and it's dancing its damnedest right now. What would you like to do?
I'm going to just kind of take a step forward, and then kind of looking around everybody, just kind of like lean down, so I'm kind of looking under everybody's legs, and just tie a knot, and I will cast Daze on it.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah, you hit the critical. Congratulations, first 20, I believe.
Yeah.
So, nice. Yeah. So, what would you like to do? That deals damage.
Yeah. So that's 3 points of damage, and it's also stunned 1.
Yeah. Oh wow. That's crazy. So, it is now my goblin dog's turn. It's up taking this magical damage. You could see it's shaking its head as it's stunned, and it wastes one action to shake its head and try to figure out what's going on, but it will lash out and try to bite Ranne. And it will bite Ranne.
Wow, it sounds like it's right next to Becca. That's amazing. Sirenscape has amazing sound. Just
and it lashes out and bites into Ranne. Ranne, you did have your shield up. So
I did. Yes, that was my third action. Shield up.
Would you like your shield to absorb some of that damage?
Okay, sorry. I'll take some of that damage. Deal.
Yeah. So it's not a problem. So it will absorb some of that damage. You use your shield block reaction for that one. So it'll absorb 3. So really only got hit for 6 in that one.
Just a flesh wound.
Just a flesh wound. But sadly, you need to make a fortitude save. So just roll a fort.
Okay. I'm fighting my own dog in here.
It's very interactive.
Oh, 14.
So you are sickened because you have just been hit with goblin pox. See, yes, the puppy agrees.
Way
Goblin
to go!
But that's the end of its turn. Malvolo and Collodi, what would you like to do?
All right. Let's start with Collodi. So Collodi is in this very cramped corridor, and I want to paint a picture for everyone as both Ranne and Krut have wedged themselves in, and Collodi's just like.
Yep.
So Collodi is going to, as one action, disassemble himself.
But
As a second action, all those disassembled pieces are going to move to the other side of the goblin dog and on the other side of the corridor. And as a third action, he is going to reassemble himself, piecing his bits back together. Meanwhile, Malvolo is going to use the Act Together ability to just move up so that he's, kind of in the corridor as well.
yes.
And that is all I do.
Awesome. Krut, what would you like to do as your go?
Missing the first 2 times, he's going to take a couple of breaths, and then attack with his first, second, and third action.
Nice.
Alright, so the first one.
The dog latched onto Rain's shield, and Rain's kind of like wiggling it, makes it a little bit more difficult to hit. Next action.
Oh no!
Yes. At that point, you miss, and realizing that you're taking like these broad sweeps in the in the very tiny corridor, you slam your sword against the stone walls, and it makes a tinging sound, and it dulls the blade slightly, and you still have one more action. What would you like?
I will continue to attack the last one.
Okay, so Krut, you're more trained for outdoor fighting. You remember fighting in the arenas, and you had all the space. This is very close quarter combat. It's not just stops, but it's okay because it is Rain's turn. Now, Rain, you are sickened, and that is.
Did Krut just get 3 critical misses
In a row, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna put this out there, and I sent a message as well, but I figure it's only fair to ask this of the whole group. Jared and the rest of my fellow players, I have in my other room the Paizo Pathfinder 2nd Edition crit hit and crit fumble decks. I feel like we need something for that. Like that's 3 critical misses.
You want to punish us when it looks like one mangly looking dog is gonna murder someone.
But think about it that way. Imagine this dog surviving, this little trooper, right? Come on.
Yeah, alright.
Bring it out. Bring it out.
All right, hang on.
We're gonna regret this. I know
Show
it.
us what you got.
Show us what you got.
This is how we will all
fist in the
die.
air.
Oh.
I got the real sound effects for you all. I'm sorry.
It happens.
This is why I normally shut her out, because she's upset when I get engaged with other people.
Like, Mom, look at me. Look at me. Do the thing.
Yeah, she's a very jealous dog.
Behold. We also didn't talk about how much these cost in Australia, but yes.
I feel you from South Africa. I feel you.
And to show you why I'm so excited about this, these are fresh in pack, have not been opened.
Ooh, damn.
Ooh, shiny.
Yes, Bumblebee. Punish we will. There's a goblin on the front. Anyway.
Yes.
I
Okay.
feel like Nexen Spider is just shrugging and looking at Nexen like, help.
All right. So quite simple. Just say when, Eddie.
When?
Okay. And you made a melee attack.
Yeah, melee.
You are slowed 1 until the end of your next turn, as you are faced with decision paralysis.
Yeah.
Right.
Should I hit the mule or the dog, or should I hit the pile of clothes next to it?
There you go.
I don't know.
Exactly. It could be a number of things. Maybe there is no creature.
No, it's the fumes from the clothes that's like creating this illusion.
Yes.
So what's the effect of being sick?
So the effect of being sick is you cannot ingest anything, elixirs, potions, anything like that. Additionally, you take the penalty equal to its value. So for you, 1 on all checks and DC. You can attempt a fortitude save against the DC that made you sick. And so it's an action. So you could try to do that, and you reduce it by 1. So if you're like going to swing your sword or something right now, you're taking a -1 to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
so you can choose to like retch and like get the sickness out of you.
I'm gonna try to throw it up, whatever it is.
All over the dog.
All over the dog. It's a weird moment of aggression.
Yes. Very
You know, they
common.
say like you bare your teeth and make eye contact with your dog. Throwing up also works.
Mark it with your scent.
Yeah. All right, fortitude throw.
You pass. Wonderful.
Yes, we pass. Spit it out. Whatever it was.
Yes.
As if I had ingested part of the dog's saliva or something. I don't know.
And just like that, Malvolo stopped this dungeon crawl and went home.
This is rather gross.
This is disgusting.
I'm okay with blood, but vomit, no.
No.
Maybe that's
All
why
right.
the clothes smell so weird.
Yeah. All right.
But-
So to make my attack, do I have to lower my shield?
No.
Okay. Perfect. Then that gives us 2 actions. We're gonna take those attacks.
Mhm.
Hopefully. She's still barking at something.
That does not hit. So you still have 1 more action. Make it count.
Yeah. Let's definitely make. Let's do that again, but better. Oops. Oh, did something wrong, but that's okay. We'll fix that later.
Still the same. Sadly, the puppy is too dangerous right now. And you're kind of distracted by Krut, who is now like trying to figure out which one's going on. And we come to Kasaundra. Kasaundra, what would you like to do?
Yeah, I'm just gonna divine lance it again.
Okay.
That seems to be, it works for me.
Yep.
Okay.
That is. Oh, wow. Kasaundra, bringing the pain. Make it happen.
I'm worried about Amiko.
Go. And with that, sadly, the dog stops kicking and barking and biting, as that is its final threat. And we have ended here the combat encounter. Congratulations. The goblin dog didn't kill everyone.
Yay, we killed a dog.
A goblin dog. Can we always just put
Yeah. We killed a monster.
Yeah, it's a goblin dog. You guys killed the goblin dog. And with that, you kind of look around and you notice the clothing, it's covered in mud and gunk. The goblin dog lays in a heap. And looking at the clothing, you're able to kind of notice that it's workers' clothing. It's torn, has slashes in it. There's clearly blood stains on it. Something terrible has happened here.